everyone. Mitch from sportschatplace.com here with the free live show. Of course, we are here live every day at right around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those of you watching on YouTube, trying a little something different with the sound today. So let me know if you guys can hear me better than normal or worse. But can't really tell. But like I said, I'm trying to fix the sound on YouTube. I've gone using my wireless mic system that I use for the videos. Hear me the same. Wow. That is not what I am looking for. Hopefully that's good. I don't know. But good morning, everyone joining us over in our Facebook group, of course, as well. That your sound quality should be the same as it's always been. Boy, the sound should be greatly improved. Yeah, the 2-hour trip was not fun at all, but let's just say I'll probably get a pass on all the other stuff that I screw up all the time, right? So, I think every husband out there could use a couple of free passes as far as when they say or do something that they probably shouldn't have done. So we'll take ours. Why don't you have a Twitter? I absolutely do have a Twitter. It's called Sports Chat Place. I definitely have a Twitter. And on my website, on Sports Chat Place's website, matter of fact, there's a Twitter icon in the upper right-hand corner. If you click on that, it goes right to our Twitter page. So, that's a weird question. I have, I think, 18,000 followers right now on Twitter. What happened is I went through my Twitter followers and I anyone that didn't look real or that I thought was sketchy or spammy or anything like that, I cleared them all out. I had over the years probably 70, 80,000 Twitter followers. So most of them I figured, and if they want to come back on Twitter and follow me, if you were eliminated, by all means just come back. Well, Andrew Bryce over on our Facebook is saying that when the Reds came back, he was screaming. He was in his car, and he started screaming, "Money making Mitch." And I'm just hoping that you didn't get into an accident. So be safe out there, of course. But always fun. Those comebacks. It always seems right that the comebacks are more fun than winning by 100. I mean, it's always nice when they win by 100 and you could just take a nap in the middle of the game. But the comebacks are always just a little more memorable and a little more fun. Of course, when you give out as many picks as we do. I will post a picture of the sunrise from the volcano in our group. I'll do that later on today. So, just setting up the YouTube page. That's what I do every morning. That's what I have to do. Is they don't let us set up anything ahead. Of course, those of you watching us on Facebook, be sure to let your friends know about our group. We're going to be doing all kinds of promotions. We have some really cool contests that we're going to be doing probably starting in the fall in football season. We have, we're going to be doing a Beat the Streak, kind of like what they do on ESPN and stuff, but it will be our own version. It'll be our own in-house version with our own software. We have some betting tools that we're coming out with where you guys will be able to track your bets, my picks, everything. It's really cool. Like automated push button, really, really cool stuff. We have, what else do we have coming up? Just lots of different things, lots of exciting things, and it's going to take a little while to roll this stuff out. But I think by football season, you guys will start to see the shape of the future of Sports Chat Plays, Sports Chat Experts, and picksandparlays.net. Take a trip to Niagara Falls one day. I've been to Niagara Falls. I've been there a few times actually. Scott is saying, I don't know what he's saying. Arizona. We had Arizona. I know that. That was a crazy game. I have play on that. Hank cashed a first and a second in FanDuel with Brett's picks. Someone came on one of my live shows and they said, Brett is messing up your site. But I know that the fantasy players that are following Brett, they don't think so. I think that they're all cashing big. Hank, how big were the tournaments where you got the first and the second? And, like, how does that work? Because I don't really understand fantasy. Yeah, the house guests are here until next Friday. And then the following week, I am in Vegas. Planned, unplanned trip. Anyways, let's start getting into free picks. I see a lot of people asking questions here, so let's see if we can get to those games. We'll see if we can cover the question games. Just kind of trying to change things up a little bit now that we have the Facebook group. Brett Nutt on our Facebook page gives out FanDuel and DraftKings lineups every day, and I know Hank's been following. He came in first in a 20-man tournament and second in a 20-man tournament using Brett's picks yesterday. So Brett is cashing like no one's business. I believe if you followed Brett's picks and just did his rosters on FanDuel and DraftKings, that you've probably made like 10 times on your money. I know he had one $30 tournament where he came in fourth and cashed for like $4,000. It was the picks he gave out on the show for free. So if that's the sort of thing you do, we are going to be doing something with FanDuel coming up. I was on the phone with them yesterday, and we're going to be doing a promotion with FanDuel. So if you don't play FanDuel right now, I'd hang on a little bit because I'll be able to get you guys a special deal where it's like $10 will be worth like $100 and something dollars, like, or more, even more than that. So they're going to do something with me. Yeah, Hank said, will I be at Santa Fe Station? I could go to Santa Fe Station. I'll have a car. Always do. I have a place there in Vegas. I'm not sure if Brett's going to stay in this group or go to the main page. I don't know. We haven't discussed it. It's a good idea, though. Morning to Michael in the Bahamas. The early game is in the premium area. It's also in my early 3-pack at sportschatexperts.com. Let me see if I can get you guys a discount code for that. For the early 3-pack. Let me see if I can get you one. It is Hound, Hound. Get 15% off all your purchases at sportschatexperts.com. Hound, as in, ain't nothing but a hound dog. Anyways, let's get to a pick. Oh, I love the Blue Jays against the Rays in the early game. This line came out late, so it was not in the premium area. But I'll tell you one thing. James, you're late, but you didn't miss anything. This is my first pick. So I love this one. I would have put this one in the premium area, but the line came out late, and I already have enough premium picks for today. So I love the Blue Jays against the Rays. Font, not even in the same ballpark as Hap. As bad as the Blue Jays have been, Hap has been equally as good. So I like the Blue Jays in this one. I know they've been struggling. The Rays have been struggling mightily as well. But the Blue Jays, they get better against teams like this and in situations like this. Hap has been the one really redeeming factor. So we're going to take the Toronto Blue Jays. That will be our first pick of today's show. Of course, use that code HOUND to get 15% off at Sports Chat Experts. If you have friends that haven't joined our Facebook group, be sure to invite them. Ask them to join. The more the merrier, and you guys know when football season rolls around, we're going to have plenty of people, but I think the group is just a better format. I think it's nice because, like, on the page where it's public and everything is out there, I have to hound you guys, like it, follow, do all those things. And, you know, that's why when you start giving out picks and, like, start talking about my, you know, free picks that we're talking about, it's doesn't help us. You know, it doesn't work for us at all. And that's why over time, you guys see me kind of say, hey, please don't do that, because if people aren't going to take the time to like and follow the page, then it doesn't make sense for me to sit there and do the video every day for free. It takes a half a second to do that, and it really helps us a lot. But the thing is, inside the group, once you've joined the group, you've joined the group. So you're in the group, and it doesn't really matter. Of course, we appreciate the likes, we appreciate the follows, we appreciate all those things, but just joining the group that one time helps us more than, you know, sitting there and just watching the video and never hitting the like button, which is what 90% of the people that watched the video did. So with the group, I like it. You know, some of the people in the group are, you know, talk about games and their picks and on the games and, you know, what they have going tonight, and all that stuff is great. And I joined in as well. I had the White Sox last night. You know, some of them were on the Indians. You guys know, you know, they had the Red Sox. I didn't want to touch the game because, you know, I like the Red Sox in that game, but you guys know, minus 196, not in my vocabulary. It's just not, I can't do it. You know, I can't do it. It's just against my makeup. You know, everyone has a bet that they won't make, and me, that's it. At least, you know, at least not in baseball. In boxing, I'll do it, but not in baseball. Anyways. Let's get to another pick here. I really like that dog of the day today, but let's go to Minnesota and Detroit. The total here is set at 8.5. Barrios, who I was all over when he was in his rookie year, and I've been all over him generally early in the season, and, you know, I kind of have soured on him, you know, because generally his numbers decrease as the season goes on. But I'll tell you what, he's found another gear, and he's becoming that pitcher that we really thought he would be when he came up his first time from the minors. Matt Boyd, very, very underestimated for the Tigers this season and the effort that he's done. Kind of like Haney yesterday, who pitched extremely well, and you know, the bullpen comes in and gives up a grand slam home run, and they end up losing after he pitched that huge effort. They should just I hate that. I always say you should just leave the starting pitcher in. If the guy's going to come in and give up a home run, why not just leave the pitcher in? Anyways, I'm going to take the under in the Tigers-Twins game. I think both these pitchers are really good. You know, even though the Tigers-Twins, you look at that and you automatically think a lot of hits, a lot of runs. Not with these two guys on the hill. So I'm going to take the under in the Tigers-Twins game. That'll be my second pick for today's show. No, there's not a lot of value with the run line with those juice plays like the Red Sox last night. I strongly, strongly disagree with you, because the statistics say there isn't. I believe that, you know, yeah, you'll cash one like the Red Sox last night, but what if you had the Indians run line last night? You got blasted. You're better off on the other side, on the reverse on the other side. If you need it, that way. Yeah, you had the Red Sox on the run line minus 115 last night, but I had the White Sox last night, and that was like winning 2 games. So a game that I lost, it made up for it on the other side. Baseball is all about the value. So if you look at where the money is in baseball, I love talking about this, so you guys know that. But so if you look at the money, and we talk about the money all the time, and I guess some people are new, so I'll use my example that I always use. If you take a team that's minus 200 and you bet them every single day, and they win, what was our number? We came up with like 100, if they win 100 times, okay, if they win 100 games, okay, you've won 1,000, and you've won 10,000, and you've lost 62 games at minus 200. It's 1,240. So you've lost 2,000. You've gone 100 wins with 62 losses. So almost 40 games over 500, and you've lost $2,400. It is a tough way to make money betting big favorites. Even on the run line. The run line's even worse. The numbers on the run line are even worse. So if you have the dog there, right? If you have a plus 200 dog that you bet every single day, you only need to go 62 and 100. You need to win like 30% of your games, and you come out $2,400 ahead. So baseball is a little different animal than, like, say, betting a sport against the spread like football. There's way more value in the line than there is in a big favorite, which is why the Los Angeles Dodgers are over 500, yet are the second worst team to bet on in all of baseball when it comes to the money. The number 1 team in baseball with the money, the Seattle Mariners. They're minus 104, minus 105 almost every single night when they're favored, and most of the time they're not even favored. This is what the numbers say. I don't make this stuff up. This is, I think there's more to betting baseball than just picking favorites and, saying they're going to win, because the very, very, very best teams in baseball, the very, very, very best of the best ones, lose 60 times a year. At losing 60 times a year, at 102 and 60 at a minus 200 team, if you bet them every single time, and they're winning 102 games in a season, which happens, maybe one team in all of baseball wins over 100 games a year, and it happens even less often than that. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt that one team will make it over 100 wins. You still lose $2,000 if you bet them every single time. 102 wins, 60 losses, and you lose $2,000. That is a tough way to make a living. It is a tough way to turn a profit betting baseball. Meanwhile, you find some big dogs out there that can get it done. Even the worst teams in baseball win 60 times. You're a team that goes 60 and 102 at plus 200 makes a lot more than a team, turns a $2,000 profit, while a team that goes 102 and 60 at minus 200 loses you money. That's the way baseball works. That's why the money lines are what they are in baseball. Anyways, let's get one more pick in. I want to go surfing. Yes. I'm not saying that all favorites are bad bets, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying when you're laying those run lines, when you're, how many times do you see the garbage home run, the meaningless home run that takes that 6-4 game and makes it 6-5 and blows your run line? And you can't be on the favorite there because they're minus 196 with Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound. Let's face it, Eduardo Rodriguez just ain't a 196 guy. Justin Verlander against maybe the I don't know, the Marlins or something is minus 196. but not Eduardo Rodriguez. I guess they were playing the Orioles, right? So maybe that's definitely in that range. But I'd feel a lot better with a Justin Verlander or a Max Scherzer against the Orioles than Eduardo Rodriguez. Anyway, let's go one more pick. Let's see what we got here to work with. Let's go with the early stuff. Let's see. Oh, let's. Huh. Maybe not. Boy, the Giants have really taken it on the chin in Miami. They've lost the first two games. I look for them to bounce back and salvage one here. I'm going to take the Giants at minus 110. The first two games have been brutal. 3-1 loss last night, and then Bumgarner losing the night before. Same thing. Both games, the Giants have had the lead in the game and weren't able to make it work. So we'll take the Giants in this one with Andrew Suarez against Caleb Smith, and that'll be our third pick for today's show. So recap, we took the Toronto Blue Jays. That's my best pick of the show. If I have to rate the picks and my free picks, which I never do, but I'll do it right here. I like the Blue Jays best of these picks. I'm going to take the Blue Jays. I will take the Giants and the under in the Twins-Tigers game. Anyways, this is Mitch. I will see you guys tomorrow around the same time. Use the discount code HOUND. Get 15% off at Sports Chat Experts. We got day baseball. We got night baseball. Got all kinds of stuff going on here at sportschatplace.com. Have a great day.